Hey guys, good evening. Give you all just we had to give some time for Judah to move into its land. That's what I was thinking. We took a nice little break there from maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I can't recall, but we took some time from learning about Judah and their inheritance. And we're just going to go jump right back into the next allotment that is due. All right, and it's for Joseph. So we'll learn about this in a second. Let's go ahead and get into a quote. Good to see you all this evening. It's been very rainy. Conditions are calling for no introduction videos from the Quran, so we're going to hold off on those for a few days. Let's see if we can just power through these allotments, just because I'm so excited and looking forward to what's next. We're really almost done with Joshua, which is great. And this quote too, I think I was procrastinating a bit because this quote, of course I read ahead. This is, I'm not sure who or what this is from, but this is the quote. There is no other purgatory but a woman. And I had to stop and think at that one. There is no other purgatory but a woman. Like, is that what this is? Is that what this is, being a woman? Is it purgatory? So, of course, going into the definitions here, looking at purgatory in its literal sense as an adjective. I guess we can write, if we're using it as an adjective versus a noun, an adjective is having a quality of cleansing or purifying. So immediately, when I think of purgatory, I do think of it kind of in a negatively connotated way. Of course, not as dastardly as the hell, right? the fiery hell, but no, purgatory definitely has a negative connotation, but using it as an adjective, it is actually defined as cleansing and purifying. And then we also have the literal noun sense, meaning a place or a state of suffering inhabited by the souls of sinners who are expiating their sins before going to heaven. So this is its literal, in Roman Catholic doctrine, the meaning of purgatory. And then this quote here says, to be a woman, or, I forget even what it says. There is no other purgatory but a woman. Very interesting. So just some food for thought. I'm not actually sure how I'm going to tie this into today's reading, but we're reading a lot about just the different allocations of land to the leaders of the tribes. And we hear about the tribe leaders, right? Joshua is one of them. And of course we have, now we're talking about Joseph. Each one has a male head. Yes, right? It's just, that's the way it is. That's the way things are structured. Have things changed since then? Yes, things have changed since then, but not so much so. I would still say, as a woman, right, we hear about a lot of women in the Bible, but their roles have not shifted significantly from then until now, right? I would say very much so. We're in a life of service, right? We are very service oriented always. Maybe not every woman, a lot of them I know, and speak from experience, that has been the situation. Speaking of, someone needs a hug.
Why you gotta tell the world? You can't just give him a hug? You gotta tell the world.
My point exactly. We are called to a life of service as women, right? So many people could see that. Maybe it's a purgatory, right? It's not a living hell. No, it's not as glorious as heaven. But yes, you can clarify that and see why this quote is relevant. And I'm sure the women at the time of this allocation and post-battles and post-war, they're all just like, what the heck? man, like, what are we even doing? We're living out in the desert. We're taking care of everything in the community, all the children, you know, it's a lot of suffering, right? It's a state of suffering, just kind of like internal and external, you know, like what is going on. But the glory is to come. The glory is to come. So now everything's being allocated. They're getting their land. They're getting their estate, right? But even when it's granted, right, the role of the women is to take care of the land, to take care of the estate, to take care of the children, all of that. Is it a bad thing? I wouldn't say so, right? I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. But state of purgatory? Maybe, right? So it's just something to think about, just in... I can't really tell you why this was conjoined with this text, but I had to bring it up. But very, very interesting. Let's just get into the allocations of Joshua. For Joseph in the book of Joshua. Starting out with chapter 16, says, "The allotment for Joseph began at the Jordan, east of the springs of Jericho, and went up from there through the desert into the hill country of Bethel. So Manasseh and Ephraim, the descendants of Joseph, received their inheritance. This was the territory of Ephraim, according to its clans." And of course, these were Joseph's sons, right? Born of the Egyptian queen, right? Joseph was kind of a prince, but born of the Egyptian woman, right? This is the territory of Ephraim, according to its clans. The boundary of their inheritance went from Ataroth Addar in the east to Upper Beth Horon. Then it went from Janoah to Ataroth and Naarah, touched Jericho, and came out at Jordan. This was the allotment for the tribe of Manasseh as Joseph's firstborn, that is for Makir, Manasseh's firstborn. Makir was the ancestor of the Gileadites, who had received Gilead and Bashan because the Makirites were great soldiers. The territory of Manasseh extended from Makir to Mikmethath, east of Shechem. The boundary ran southward from there to include the people living at En Tappuah. But Joshua said to the tribes of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, "You are numerous and very powerful. You will not only have one allotment, but the forested hill country as well." So, glorious. More land to tend to and take care of. No, but I mean, listen. We have the matriarchs. They're existing clearly just from the sheer number of people that we talk about. The matriarchs are existing. They're taking care of everything. They're nurturing everything and then sending them off to go battle. The Lord is on their side. Thank goodness that the Lord is on their side, because the death toll, before all of this land is being allocated, the death toll of the Israelites is very, very slim compared to what it could have been or naturally would have been if the Lord was not involved in this acquisition, I would say. So women are strong, to say the least. The men, of course, are strong because they're the ones doing all the enacting, doing all the physical craziness, right? When it comes to things, I can't explain it. I'm a little bit loopy, you guys. I don't even know what time it is. 5. Okay, so the computer clock is right. It's 5. It's rainy. It's stormy. It's been this same shade all day. Just rain all day. Yesterday night, rain. So it's been very cozy. I'm not gonna lie, but I've been sleeping, dozing in and out. Yeah, I don't mean to be too scatterbrained, but that's just exactly how it is right now. But thank goodness we have Joseph's allocation. We got that out of the way. Joseph's allocation, everybody, their allotment, they're ready to move. Listen, you guys, we're almost done. It takes a lot to move a bunch of people into their land, as you can see. Who do we have next? Benjamin. I'm going to talk about Benjamin and Simeon. And that's really as far as I got. We're going to get into each and every one in just a moment. I hope you all can bear with me for just a little bit. And let's go ahead and get into it. Maybe in a second, maybe in a little bit. I'm going to see where things stand.